Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's the top of the hour, so we'll get started. I'm Dia Waguespack in Houston and like to welcome everyone to today's GlomCon session, our clinical trials conference series. Today's talk is Emerging Sciences in Kidney Disease, and we have some guest speakers from Pfizer. And after their talk, we encourage everyone to ask questions. You can ask them in the chat, and then we'll have a Q&A after the presentation where you can raise your hand and directly ask as well. So to introduce our speakers today, we have Dr. Steve Berasi, who is the Senior Director at Pfizer's Center for Therapeutic Innovations, a unit within Pfizer which supports collaboration between Pfizer scientists and academic investigators, helping to translate promising early-stage scientific concepts into first-class clinical candidates. Dr. Aileen Healy, who is focused on advancing treatment for patients with rare monogenic kidney disease. And at Pfizer, she is the Executive Director and Global Head for Rare Diseases and Emerging Science and Innovation team. And Dr. Manish Ponda, who is the Executive Director and Head of Rare Renal Clinical Research at Pfizer, and is a nephrologist and past faculty member at NYU and Rockefeller University. So we're happy to have them here today. We're going to let them share some of the work that they're doing and how we can collaborate and advance science for kidney health and kidney diseases. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing and I will turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Dia. This is Aileen talking to everyone from Massachusetts this morning. Really, thank you for the opportunity to talk about Pfizer's interests in kidney disease. And as Steve gets the slides up, I'll just give you a little overview of what we were thinking of presenting today. You just need that presenter mode. That looks good to me, Steve. Thank you. You can hold it there for 1 minute. So we're going to talk to you this morning about our program in FSGS, which is in phase 2 in the clinic right now. And we thought it might be interesting to this team to essentially give the genesis story of our FSGS program at Pfizer. And Steve will walk you through that. But prior to that, I just want to give you a few minutes introduction to really provide a framework for what we're focusing on at Pfizer and how we came about this specific program and how we're looking to expand into other glomerular diseases and other rare renal diseases and also chronic kidney disease. So Steve, you can advance. Their presentation includes forward-looking statements. And really the purpose for us at Pfizer, I'm just going to move my faces out of the way here, is to create breakthroughs to change patients' lives. And in order to do this, what we're describing here are first-in-class or best-in-class therapies for patients. This is a very high bar in the drug development industry. But we are proud of an innovative pipeline, and we recognize that all innovation can't come from within the walls of Pfizer, but we really have to seek the best science globally throughout the world in both academic, medical centers and institutions, as well as startup companies and other pharmaceuticals. So if you go to the next slide, Steve. The way we break down our focus areas are within our research units, and the 5 research units are shown here. I'm embedded within our rare disease research unit, and that's where the FSGS program is currently in clinical development. And we're continuing to expand our focus on rare monogenic diseases in the rare renal space. And you'll see over to the 4th listing, the internal medicine research unit. We have a new chief scientific officer, Bill Sessa, that joined this past year, and he's been refreshing the strategy there. And there's an interest in the larger idiopathic kidney diseases, chronic kidney disease. And you'll hear a little bit more about that. And then, our vaccines group, I think we don't have to mention. That's been in the news a lot. And within each of the research units, we have partner lines that support the work here. So, very standard drug development, medicinal chemistry, biomedical design, safety. But we also are paired with this external facing group, the Emerging Science and Innovation Department, which Steve just flashed the slide for, if you can advance to the next slide. And we really work very closely across not only those research units, but also within the Emerging Science and Innovation Department, we have ways to advance external science. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about that. The next slide, Steve. And so what my role is to find the best science, plainly put. And so to discover this, we really source globally. And oftentimes, novel innovative ideas are still a little early. There are sometimes gaps in the science where what we're really focused on is making a strong link between the mechanism and the disease biology. And so we have an internal group that can enable that and do that sort of target science work to generate those data. And once